Welcome, everyone, to Women's Speakers Association's WSA TV Women's Premier TV show. I'm Laura Rubenstein, your host and producer. And today we're talking about growing into your potential. What does it take? We have some really great experts here who are giving their tips. They're ready to share their amazing expertise with us. And some of it's going to be pretty unusual. So let's go say hi to our experts. Hi, Danielle.
Hi, I'm Danielle Hogard, love and intimacy expert. I'm so grateful to be here. I'm calling in from San Rafael, California, and you can find me on daniellehogard.com.
Great to have you, Danielle. Hi, Carolyn.
Hi, Laura. I'm Carolyn Bird. I'm a habit coach, massage therapist, and speaker. I'm coming to you from Raleigh, North Carolina. You can find me at carryintegrativehealth.com.
Wonderful. Great to have you. And hi, Maria.
Hi, Laura. I am Maria Condi, and I am a life and business strategist. And I can be found at mariacondi.com. And I'm coming today from Winnipeg.
We are international today. Lovely to have all of you here today. And as you know, and you heard earlier, the topic is about growing into your potential. So I wanted each of you to give us your recommendations. How can somebody get their personal growth potential maximized, and grow their potential? And Danielle, I thought I'd have you answer that first from your point of view.
Absolutely. So I'm coming from the pleasure point of view. We're used to connecting to our intuition and to our heart. That's what we don't realize is that our womb center, our sexual center carries amazing amount of sacred power and energy. And that actually is what feeds the heart and the intuition. So when we come into our body and connect to her that way, where we just create a relationship with her, we start to ask her what she wants. She starts to inform you as to what decisions to make, what is more aligned with your true essence, and that is a great guide to live by.
Beautiful. So that's a whole new point of view, right? Where we take on our pleasure and our body parts that give us pleasure and use that for transformation and growing our potential. What's possible out of that?
What's possible is that you become fully self-expressed, that you reclaim the energy that maybe you have put aside as uh, not something comfortable to connect with in the past. You didn't even know it was there, and when you access all of that energy, you there's nothing that can stop you.
Mm. So it's a real power center to get connected to. I love that. Great. Well, Carolyn, from your point of view, how can someone grow their potential, grow into their potential?
Yeah, that's a great topic, especially right now. We've got this great pause going on. So within the pause, which can be so chaotic and sort of dampen the energy that Laura, I'm so sorry, Danielle was speaking to. It's really important to carve out those times for ourselves. So a pause within this big pause, whether it's a walk or, setting down in some quiet time and really grounding down, whether it's meditation practice or journaling, and returning to yourself, focusing on what you can control and not the noise around. And then one of the most powerful practices that I've been working with my clients on are a gratitude practice, and then also ditching the to-do list at the beginning of the day and really focusing on an I did list. So acknowledging the accomplishments and what you have gotten done, especially in this frantic, sort of traumatic time. That's so important to reshift the mindset and frame it back into a positive instead of feeding that negative spiral.
Beautiful. I love the I did list and the gratitudes way to take on the pause with something to do,
Yeah.
in addition to what Danielle, you said, to do in the pause and really take on the parts of you that can bring you more pleasure during this time. Ooh, these are beautiful tips. So Maria,
Right.
round us out. What else can we do to grow and get our potential reached?
That is great. And both what Carolyn and Danielle said were awesome. And I practice both of those myself too. And with my clients, I do a lot of mindset work, and I'm about facing your fears and taking those baby steps, because often we don't think we can do it, so we just don't do it. And I think it's great to actually just take those little baby steps and push yourself just a little bit to help grow yourself and always be learning. That's my other thing. I'm always about learning. I'm the lifelong learner.
And when you say fear, addressing your fear, what is something that someone can do to do that? Because I think we're in a highly a lot of fear is going on out there.
There is a lot right now. And, in the times that we're in right now, I believe that we just need to just settle a little bit, not get all frantic about everything and just have some quiet time. I love the gratitude journaling for that. And, when you're feeling comfortable to take those steps forward, just take baby steps. Don't go off the high diving board. Just put your feet in the water a little bit, right? Just to get acquainted and feel comfortable gradually.
Oh, isn't this beautiful? I think the three of you just gave a mini super webinar. Okay, here's the summary of what I got out of that. Focus on taking baby steps. Be kind to yourself. Pause. Focus on what you're grateful for in that pause, as well as your body and what it's telling you and what it needs for more pleasure. And then finally round it out with a gratitude list. Did I get it? Did
She
I get
did.
trained by
Yeah,
you? Oh my gosh.
absolutely.
No, you did it. So congratulations. That was a beautiful set of tips for growing our potential and really just nurturing ourselves through this time. I really appreciate each of you for doing that. I'd like to get to know each of you a little bit better and your expertise, your area of expertise. So please tell us what you do, who you do it for, what are you most passionate about, Carol? I mean, let's go to Danielle first. Sorry.
Yes, I work with women as a love and intimacy mentor. And what we do is we connect to our sensual sexual selves. It's a part of the self that has not been really given attention to in the past for many reasons. And sometimes women are not even aware that they've shut that part of themselves down. And yet it's a beautiful sacred birthright that we have where a lot of energy is. And so um, my passion is to get the message out that that sexual center in your body carries the potential for pleasure. It's a guide, it speaks through your desire. And so if you can start to listen to her and check in every morning, like when you wake up, the first thing you do is just put your hands there and just say, "Good morning, lovely. How are you today?" And really just get comfortable with that relationship, and you'll start to get more information that is guided from what feels good. So as you start to get information, you'll either have a yes or a no. Yes, that feels good, or no, that doesn't quite feel good. And so that's a beautiful way to develop more intimacy in your relationships, in with partner or just business, friendships, life in general. But it's all starts with the relationship with yourself
I love
and your
that.
body.
Yeah, because when you're more comfortable with yourself, you're more comfortable with others. And it
Absolutely.
really comes out in many beautiful ways. So tell us, how did you come to this work?
Well, so I met my husband when I was in my late 20s, and he was someone that I knew I wanted to love. And I realized because I had had a lot of major heartbreak in the more recent years, and I had come out of a very um, tough relationship, that I really didn't know how to love. And it was through this now 25-year relationship that I've done this journey of discovering what it means to love. And the first thing I realized was that I needed to learn to love myself. I could try and try and try to love him, but it wasn't actually working. It didn't feel right. It didn't feel good. And so when I started to put the emphasis back on myself and the attention on me, that's when I started to realize, oh, this is about having boundaries, knowing myself, because that allowed me to communicate with him, which then brings us together in an open heart connection. I'm able to say, hey, this is what I'm feeling right now, and then asking him, how is that for you, or how are you feeling right now? So doing this work on myself has been how I came to doing it to share, and I'm so grateful to have this platform now to share with all women, whether you're in a relationship or not. We're all in a relationship with life and our bodies. So
Beautiful. It's beautiful work you do, and thank you for the good joy and pleasure you're bringing to the world and intimate relationships. Great. So, Carolyn, tell us about your work. Who do you work with? What do you do? What are you passionate about?
Absolutely. So, um, gosh, who do I work with? Anyone who is stuck in pain patterns. So we're talking physical pain patterns, whether it's muscular or fascial holding patterns within the body, or if it is habitual and mental patterns that we continue to play out that aren't letting us fulfill our potential and reach our goals. So it's been really fulfilling to guide people and raise their awareness in identifying those and then strategizing to move them out of that into healthier postures and healthier habits.
And tell us how, either a story of how you helped someone or how you got to this work yourself.
Gosh, so how I came into this work, similar to Danielle, was sort of my own health journey. My academic background is in psychology, and I was on track for pre-med, and got to a place where I realized that that was a system I did not want to be a part of. They were predominantly treating sick care, and I really wanted to work into relieving pain, preventative care, and then getting to the root of those holding pain patterns, the holding patterns that are so painful. So I went into massage therapy as well. Through that, I saw the psychological mental health benefits of touch and yoga. So also am a yoga instructor. So this began to shift my entire perspective. I was then, still with that practice, I was diagnosed with celiacs. So the psychosomatic relationship of what was going on there, it was just another message of how I needed to further my health journey and healing. And then I got to learn about the nutritional part. And this beautifully circled back into the psychology that I had studied. I studied development of psychobiology with an emphasis on epigenetics. And this is sort of the conversation of your internal environment and external environment. And the microbiome of your gut and the connection to the mental health and your nervous system. And so then this just tied in to the body work I was already doing. And I had some other health challenges. And then I have a 3-year-old daughter who had been told I couldn't have children. And through my own healing, was able to. She was a surprise, so it wasn't unexpected. But all of this really made me dig deeper and see that we need to move into true healthcare, true healing care, and that there's just so many mental and physical patterns that can be shifted and really move us into the life that we desire.
Wow, very powerful. And both you and Danielle are like on the cutting edge of what's healthy and how to grow your potential, how to get from pain to pleasure, right? And then let's go over to Maria and talk about what you do. How do you, no, let's put it this way. Who do you work with? What do you do? What are you passionate about?
Thanks, Laura. I am passionate about working with women that want to take the leap out of the corporate world and grow a business, being a full-time entrepreneur. But it's not just so much about just leaving one to the other. It's about growing a business that is going to be purposeful and feed their soul, not just, you know, another place to go from a job to a job, basically. It's no fun creating another job for yourself. And you want to have that purpose. You want to have money too. It's got to be prosperous. And you want the freedom that should come with being an entrepreneur, which not everyone gets. A lot of people just jump in and work a gazillion more hours than they were in the corporate world.
I love that. And so what's really cool is we've gone from, finding your pleasure, moving through pain, and then getting a powerful career going. So tell us, how did you get to this work?
um, I had been a coach. Well, I've been a chartered accountant for like 30 plus years. And about 10 years ago, I became a coach. So I've worked in that lateral to my job for, 10 plus years. And I set a goal for myself to leave the corporate world when I was 50. And as a single parent with a mortgage, at the time I was living in Vancouver, which is like the most expensive city in the world to live in, it took a lot of planning, strategic planning. And so I was able to take the leap out. It's been 1 year ago this week that I actually left that world. And I call it my semi retirement. So with that, I also recognize that there's a lot of mindset shifts that have to happen. And there was so much more than I realized. And so I'm here to help people through that shift because there's a lot more to it. Your own personal identity and making sure that you're doing something that's feeding your soul, not just, like I said, finding another job for yourself.
I think between the three of you, we have all the tools and the mentorship and the coaching and wisdom available to really shift into our bodies, get our full selves expressed, right, Danielle, and then move into this place of gratitude and connecting to ourselves and healing our pain, Carolyn, and then
Mhm.
Maria, really getting our mindset ready to make that next level shift. So, hello. Wow, what a power team the three of you are. I'd like to, and I love bringing you out here onto the Women Speakers Association stage here. And then I'd like to know, what has Women Speakers Association done for you? Like, why did you even join? What's the value? So, Danielle, maybe you can address that first.
Thanks, Laura. I have really enjoyed my time with Women Speakers Association so far. We get together with each other and we share what we're doing. And so, right there, just through the community, we get exposure and we make friends. And I love that. And there's also a possibility for writing a book, which is one of my dreams. And so, I'm looking at doing that this year with the book that Women Speakers Association publishes. And this is an amazing platform to have this opportunity to speak to, I don't know how many women out there, but this is a wonderful opportunity. So I'm super grateful.
Yeah, we've had a lot of people watching. Welcome everyone who's watching. By the way, Patty's here and Linda's here, and we've had Laura Wayman here. And thank you, and thank you for that, Danielle. And yes, we are an amazing community that that comes together to support each other, to give each other, and we have a visibility to each other too, just like we're doing right now. So, Carolyn, why don't you share with us? And oh, by the way, before Carolyn, you start, what we just celebrated our third international best-selling book called Voices of the 21st Century, which Danielle, I think you were mentioning. We do it every year. We invite women who are members, premier members here, to be a part of the anthology books that we put, and we really call them collaborative books because we do a lot of training and community connection and visibility opportunities for you in that. And then we bring this book out, and normally it's a bestseller. So we look forward to having you in the 2021 book. And so now, Carolyn, I'd love for you to let us know, what is the value you're getting from Women Speakers Association?
Absolutely. And as Danielle mentioned, the community has been amazing, very supportive, and the resources are endless. It seems like every time I open my inbox, there's another email saying, oh, we can help you with your book. We can help you get seen with speakers. You know, there, it just seems like the energy is so positive and so supportive. So that's been a wonderful uh, community to be a part of, especially as an entrepreneur, someone who is, navigating through this by themselves. That can be a very lonely experience. So it's been lovely to be part of such a supportive group of women. I'm in the process of publishing a book now, so the resources for book publishing have been great, and then the speaking resources as well. So all of it it came into my life at a very wonderful moment of kismet. It was just like, I needed this. So really enjoyed it. Thank you.
You're so welcome, and I'm so glad you're taking advantage of it. Last month we had how to leverage being a guest on podcast training. We had this month how to, leverage your book. Next month we're talking about how to get the attention of meeting event planners, especially in the new world of virtual events. So we are here bringing you the latest cutting edge training for getting your message out in the world. And if you want to join us, please go to joinwsa.com. And if you want to know more about how to get your speaker success roadmap done, we have one for you at speakersuccesstraining.com. No, speakersuccessplan.com. Speakersuccessplan.com. Speaker Success Training is our training monthly, but the Speaker Success Plan is free for everyone. So go ahead and download it there. And okay, Maria, tell us about your experience and the value you're receiving from Women Speakers Association.
Thanks. I joined Women Speakers Association mostly to collaborate with people on my podcast that I have. But it's been so much more than that. And the community is what I get out of it most, is really great group of women to collaborate with and just, support you on your journey and to support others too. And I mean, I want to be on stages more, so that's where I need to be. There's so many tools and resources and trainings, and it's just, there's so much there that's
Yeah.
beneficial.
In fact, in our group, a lot of times there'll be members who say, "Hey, I can't make this speaking engagement. Is there anybody else who wants it?" Or, "Hey, I heard of this. You might want to see that." So there's a lot of networking that goes on and sharing of
Mhm.
not only the resources, but the opportunities to get visible. And we love doing that. And of course, when you join, you get on the biggest directory of speakers there is out there on our platform. So we like giving you the visibility to event planners for sure. There's so much value here. Ladies, you are amazing. I am so grateful to have you in my network of women with resources. I know we'll be collaborating in the future more, and I look forward to seeing your great work out there in the world more and supporting you. And please, anybody watching, if you would like to join us, go to joinwsa.com. We'll be back next week with our speaker success trainer. No, actually, that's in 2 weeks. Next week, we'll have another episode with another few premier members. I can't wait to bring them to you. In the meantime, enjoy this and connect with Carolyn, Danielle, and Maria at your leisure. We will be back next week. Bye, everyone.